Hey everyone, welcome to the first episode of Pit Lane Perspective. I'm Hash, your host for today, and if you're a Formula One fan, you're in the right place. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and stick around for more F1 insights every week. Today, we're talking about Yuki Tsunoda. His rise from Formula 2 to racing for AlphaTauri was impressive enough, but now he's making headlines again, driving for Red Bull at his home Grand Prix in Japan. And let's be honest, for any Japanese driver, Suzuka is the dream. It's the place where you want to make a statement. This isn't just a big deal for Yuki. It's a massive moment for Japanese motorsport fans. A homegrown talent racing for the top team, Red Bull in front of his home crowd. That's special. It's like a full circle moment considering Red Bull's connection to Honda over the years. But before we get into the whole Red Bull and Suzuka thing, let's rewind a bit. How did Yuki Tsunoda even get here? What's his story? Yuki Tsunoda was born on May 11th, 2000 in Sagamihara, Kanagawa, Japan. And if you're wondering where the racing bug came from, it's all thanks to his dad. His father was a motorsport enthusiast, a mechanic who tinkered with karts and cars as a hobby. And from a young age, Yuki was right there alongside him, learning, watching, and absorbing everything. Yuki's first taste of racing was through karting. Like so many Formula One drivers, he started karting when he was just 4 years old, and it wasn't just for fun. His father was tough on him, pushing him to be better, to learn the intricacies of racing, technique, precision, patience. All of that was drilled into him from a young age. By the time he was in his early teens, Yuki was already making a name for himself in the Japanese karting scene. But here's the thing. Japan's motorsport scene isn't as developed as it is in Europe. So, for a young driver with big dreams, staying in Japan was never going to be enough. He caught Honda's eye through the Honda Formula Dream Project, a program aimed at developing young talent for higher levels of motorsport. This was his ticket out, his opportunity to make it big. Through Honda's support, Yuki made the jump to single-seaters. Formula 4 was the next step. And guess what? He didn't just do well, he dominated. He won the Japanese F4 championship in 2018, which immediately put him on the radar of some of the biggest names in motorsport. And this is where Red Bull comes in. Because Honda's partnership with Red Bull Racing meant that talented Honda-backed drivers like Yuki had a pathway to Formula One. It wasn't easy though. Moving to Europe, adapting to an entirely different style of racing, dealing with cultural changes, language barriers. Yuki had to learn all of that fast. But he did. Formula 3 was tough, but he showed promise. Formula 2 though, that's where he really made his mark. In 2020, he drove for Carlin and ended the season third in the standings. Think about that for a second. Third in Formula 2 as a rookie. That's not luck, that's raw talent. And then the call-up came. AlphaTauri gave him the seat for the 2021 Formula 1 season. It was a dream come true, but the learning curve was steep. Formula 1 is brutal. Every mistake is magnified. Every bit of progress is scrutinized. And for Yuki, it was a baptism of fire. He's had his highs and lows, impressive qualifying performances, solid races, but also rookie mistakes. His radio messages became infamous for their intensity. But through all that, he kept improving. And that's what matters. And you know what's fascinating about Yuki? It's his adaptability. The kids had to change so much about his approach just to survive in Formula 1. He's gone from being overly aggressive, impatient, to someone who's now trying to find that perfect blend of aggression and control. It's not something you master overnight. It takes time. He's had to refine his racing style, sharpen his mental game, and most importantly, develop the consistency that separates good drivers from great ones. And now, with the opportunity to drive for Red Bull at Suzuka, we're about to see whether all that work has paid off. Another thing people forget about Yuki is his technical understanding. Sure, he's known for being emotional on the radio, but the guy knows his car. He spent hours working with engineers trying to get the most out of the machinery he's given. And when you're at a team like Red Bull, having that technical knowledge is crucial. But with all of this progress comes expectation from himself, from Honda, from Red Bull, from the fans. You can't escape it. It's part of the package, especially now with the eyes of the entire nation on him. And let's not forget, Yuki's not just racing for a team. He's representing a country. Japan hasn't had a lot of drivers in Formula One, especially ones with the potential to reach the very top. So for him to do well at Suzuka on home soil, it's more than just another race. It's a statement. The pressure on Yuki is immense, but that's where the best drivers thrive, right? Under pressure, when all eyes are on you and you have to deliver. And that's exactly what we're about to find out. What do you think? Is Yuki ready to take that next step and prove himself at Suzuka? I think it's going to be one of the most exciting storylines of the weekend. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe to Pit Lane Perspective. We've got more race insights, breakdowns, and predictions coming your way. See you in the next one.